Welcome fellow commanders. Today I'm going to show you my current state of the Anaconda I've built. It's an Anaconda built for, well, let's say all kinds of purposes, including trade, but also for war. And today I'm going to show you how a relatively cheap Anaconda can still be very effective at war. So what you should do, or what I did at least, is get a Class A 4A multi-cannon and get it up at the engineers, of course, and give it corrosive shell damage as well, which will actually hurt the hull of an enemy vessel to much more extent than normally. Then I have a Class 3C multi-cannon, also gimbaled, which has a huge damage boost compared to the regular unedited or unengineered variants, as you can see here. And then I have a couple of turreted burst lasers, two turreted C of our 3 size large burst lasers, and two turret. Also, of course, they're all boosted by the engineers. And then I have two medium pulse lasers in addition to that, and some small fragment cannons at the bottom of the Anaconda to catch some flies, as to say, some ships. Then I have just some reinforced alloys. I have a 6A shield generator, which is of course not optimal yet, but it has been rigged fully towards thermal resistance, so that should help against all the laser damage that you will get. But effectively you could even fit a Class 7A shield generator, of course. And then in this case I only still have a single shield cell bank, a 5A variant, which is also again suboptimal, but well, this station at least didn't offer better shield cell banks, so that's why I actually used that, and I didn't wanted to actually use the 7C variant. Power level wise, thanks to upgrades from the engineers, I'm capable of running this entire ship on a 8C power generator, and without any power issues at all. So that's very nice. So let's get into the combat. So first I will show you an interdiction I got near to the system I actually wanted to go. So I'm going towards the high density conflict zone, but well, then I actually found that there was a hostile trying to interdict me. So let's see how that played out. As many people have said, the AI is really way more capable than it used to be before 2.1. And for a very long time I was actually struggling as well, but now with this build that I've created, I'm pretty happy about it, and I do not worry about the AI any longer. So that's exactly as intended. First, well, I try to scan it as well, to just get a bit more credits out of the kill, ultimately, thanks to the kill board scanner. And I also have a, well, as you can see in the right, I have a point defense system as well, which will, let's say, remove any of these pesky missiles that the AI might fire, either here or in the conflict zone. As I said already, this Anaconda is rigged for mostly combat for now, but it can be, of course, improved still. You can still fit in a lot of structural packages that will help your armor rating and your structural integrity. Besides that, I can also still fit in better armor, so military grade. Currently, I do have the money for it, but it does require a lot of funds, for me at least. So I'm still not getting there. And also, thus far, I never really felt the necessity to do so. So that's great, and I'd rather have my jump range remain a bit more stable. So that's also one of the reasons why I did this. I forgot actually to record the first part of the conflict zone combat, but that doesn't matter, there's still plenty more to go. Here you can see really how well this Anaconda behaves. Don't forget, this is an Anaconda kind of upgraded a lot by engineers to be still relatively cheap or affordable, and at the same time be very effective in what it does, namely killing NPCs. So it's especially those two multi-cannon that once the shields are down, or even while the shields are weak, they really hurt the armor a lot. And I think it's the corrosion shells, but also the incendiary rounds that are really hurting enemy ships. So I'm very happy with how it goes. I think I can further upgrade it, of course, in future if I buy a better power plant and if I would have even better military grade armor, just in case that the shields would buckle under the enemy fire. But as you can see here, we easily cut all the NPCs to shreds, and yeah, I've seen videos actually where people are even way more effective. But I'm pretty happy considering the, let's say, few attempts I did with the engineers and how it turned out to be.
Target shields offline.
Really don't understand why Frontier actually even has, or let's say added these heavy ships into the combat zones. They make no sense, but well, at least they're easy kills. Yeah, you hear the NPCs firing with the railguns.
Target shields offline. Flight assist off.
So it's here essentially where you can actually see the benefit of also having turrets. It really helps to, let's say, keep fire onto these smaller targets that are way more nimble than the big Anaconda. And I really like it. Personally, before I never really tried to use turreted weapons. I always used gimbals or even fixed for some weapons, but in general I would like it, especially for the Anaconda. For, of course, a small nimble fighter it might not be necessary, definitely not, but for an Anaconda, which is almost like a kind of cruiser type ship, let's consider this a battle cruiser, kind of ship, to have independent turrets. So here you see me fighting another Anaconda, an NPC Anaconda. I'm targeting the power plant. I look at how quickly the hull goes down, and the power plant goes down with these armor corrosive shells or munition that I use for my multi-cannons. It really shreds the Anaconda like it's nothing. And my shields are holding out very well. I have some shield banks, as I've shown, just in case something would go wrong. But in general, I rarely even had to use them. So that already shows that both the firepower is very strong, because you are not getting into very, let's say, lengthy engagements that would actually allow the enemy to fire back at you constantly and thereby hurting your shields. But at the same time also the engineer upgrades I did, both on the shield generator giving me way more resistance against thermal attacks, and also at the same time having like 4 shield boosters which were also engineered to be more effective, both in terms of strength as in resistance towards various damage types. It really helps to keep these shields healthy. Even though you must consider these are just, let's say just, for an Anaconda they are still only the 6A shields, so they're not the best that you can have, which is the A7 or 7A shield generator. But thus far, I rather have the more cargo space for my cargo trips than yeah, have to sacrifice that. And therefore, yeah, I rather have it like this number 6A shield generator. Again, here we can see how quickly the Anaconda shields also go down with those burst lasers that I've upgraded. And bear in mind, they are just only upgraded like a single engineer upgrade or level. They're not really like level 5 or level 4, they're only level 1 engineer upgrades. Which is something I still have to further look into and maybe further upgrade. But the cannons, of course, I did a level 4 for the big A4A multi-cannon. And I also did I think an efficiency, overcharge or overloaded variant for the smaller A3 that actually fires also in century rounds. So the Anaconda quickly also goes down again, and I must admit this is a huge difference compared to what I was used to have before all these engineer upgrades. So they really help a lot. There we have another Anaconda with already lowered shields, so we should be able to quickly deal with this one. Let's see whether we can get here. Shields. Okay, shields are down. It's firing back, but it should be no match for the concentrated fire effort that my Anaconda can put on this PC. Chaff just to, let's say, also take less damage to the shields. And why not? I mean, I have plenty of this stuff left. Doesn't matter.
Warning, temperature critical.
And there it goes down.
Target destroyed.
Big explosion. Let's see how these turrets can deal also with pesky Vulture. It is way more nimble and faster than an Anaconda. We can already see, even though the Vulture has some decent shields, they are going down pretty quickly. And I didn't even try to improve my shields currently. Shields are down, this hull is being eaten away by my multi-cannon and laser fire. So we should be able to dispatch this this Vulture also speedily.
Warning, temperature critical.
Dispatched and good riddance. Well, NASP Explorer should not be any issue at all, I would say. It has a big power plant right in the center middle of the ship. And once we are, well, the shields are already down, but once we're there, we should be able to kill that off also relatively quickly. collision was not intended.
Target shields offline.
An expert asp scout could be dealt with. A bit more. And there she goes. So I went to scoop up some cargo, or let's say materials, but I will cut this piece out. See you after the cut. Nice and big bite, and just an easy target to practice on.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Target destroyed.
Another Anaconda, one of my favorite
Taking heat
targets,
damage.
because they're just so easy to hit. I must say they can bite back pretty decently, especially NPCs, but now with the current equipment that I have, I would say it's no issue at all. The only thing that you always have to be afraid of, or let's say aware of, is don't get involved into, well, let's say, amidst too many enemy hostiles. Because if they are trying to attack you all at once together, you can get into serious issues in these conflict zones.
Target shields offline.
Another easy asp. Such a big target, so easy to dispatch. The only thing is that the NPCs nowadays do have pretty powerful weaponry, like railguns or plasma accelerators. But as long as you kill them first, no issues, I would say.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target shields offline. Target shields offline.
Once the shields are down, they're just pretty much dead. And here we go.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
And another Anaconda.
Under attack. Target shields offline. Warning, temperature critical. Target destroyed. Target shields offline. Target destroyed. Target shields offline. Target destroyed. Under attack. Target shields offline. Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Oh, I accidentally shot another NPC,
Under
so
attack.
now everyone is against me.
Frameshift drive
Get out.
charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Welcome, Commander.
So that was mostly it. I hope you enjoyed this little example of how to build a very good Anaconda. Combat is still affordable. Please like and subscribe. So very nice bounty. Could have been better though, of course, but still happy with it. Sadly, there were no missions available.